Don't approach this like any other meditation recording. We're going to be exploring ideas that can put you into the state of meditation. But I don't want you to meditate, to focus on the words that I'm saying. More listen to them with an open mind. Really, meditation is just an inner listening. And I invite you to listen in this way, because if you do, you're going to unlock a new way of seeing. You're going to see your world with fresh eyes. And you're going to appreciate and recognize the richness all around you. I'm going to invite you to relax into presence. This is a rich life realization meditation. I think a lot of people who are on their spiritual path are attempting to deconstruct the ego. They want to piece it apart and throw away what doesn't serve them. They want to tear it all down. And the problem with that is that it takes you in the wrong direction, because you're going to start this construction project on yourself. And you don't need to be improved. You're not a project. And the thing about the ego is that you can't deconstruct it. You can't tear it down. Because what is trying to tear it down is the ego itself. And it's just feeding itself, and it can kind of grow that way. And this was the insight that I had, that you don't have to deconstruct the ego. You just have to stop constructing it. See, how it really works is that the ego doesn't exist without us reconstructing it and recreating it and continually giving it energy in each moment. Now, a lot of the times we're not aware that we're doing that. We don't realize the ways that we are holding up our own ego mind, creating stress and friction and conflict that only exists in our minds. We don't see the ways that we're doing that. And so it makes sense that we would think we have to deconstruct it. But the ego is not a thing that you can tear down. It does not exist outside of your own thoughts. And you cannot tear down a thought. And instead, it's kind of an interesting exploration into what happens if I stop giving my ego energy. What's going to happen is life is going to be a lot less personal. Your frustrations, your challenges, they're going to look a lot different. the story that you have been telling yourself all of these years is going to start to be just a story. When you realize that it's just a story, that it's not who you are. And it doesn't matter how long you've been telling yourself that same story over and over. When you see it for what it truly is, and when you see the ego for what it truly is, it dissolves. It was only ever mental energy in the first place, and mental energy comes and it goes. It comes from the unknown, and then it just dissolves back into the unknown as long as we're not holding on to it. What would happen if you stopped recreating your ego, the character of who you are? I think that you'll find, if you start to explore this, that there's something else, there's this higher intelligence that lives you. And that life becomes incredible. It takes on this miraculous quality. And life just happens. It stops happening to you, it just happens. And a life that just happens is beautiful, where a life that happens to you is painful. When you stop continually constructing your ego, you just stop giving it energy. You find that there's peace underneath the surface of that. And that is who you are. That is the core of you. Now, you don't have to do anything or be anything in order to get that peace, that joy, that love, that connection. But in fact, the only price of admission is that you let go of the ego story that you've been telling yourself. For the ego, it's a very high price to pay. But for the spirit, it is priceless. My invitation to you is to live with a little less ego, and live with a little bit more presence. This was a Rich Life meditation. If you heard something here, please share, like, subscribe. I want to impact more people, and I need your help. Your vibrant life is a single thought away.